Hi, I'm Melanie from Nova Scotia, Canada, and this is Adventures in Groceryland. This is week 12 of my $23 grocery budget challenge. The way the challenge worked is I started in the beginning of January with very minimal items available to me. I allowed myself $23 cash and hoped to be creative to maximize my buying power with coupons, with rewards from store incentive programs. And just shopping the sales and looking for discount and markdown items. The goal was to show that on a minimal budget, you could shop and also build a small pantry. Slowly but surely, you can build a small pantry, starting with just an item or two at a time. So here we are, fast forward to week 11, and I struggled this week with my breakfasts. So normally, left to my own devices, I eat lunch and supper. But because I'm doing this challenge, I've been showing that you can eat breakfast, lunch, and supper. And I struggled with that and I missed a couple breakfasts this week, not because I didn't have any food, but simply because I just didn't eat the food that I had. Normally I say we had an awesome week and we had all kinds of great meals. We did have some great meals this week, but we had a couple meals that I thought were just mediocre. So note to self, not sure if I will make those again. Some of the really great ones, you'll have to wait until my wrap up at the end of the video to hear what I thought about that. Today's been a really long day for me, and I'm just letting you know in advance that I'm not bringing out all of the groceries so that you could see the full amount of what I have left. I'm hoping that I'll be able to get that in with the grocery video for week 12. Sorry for any of you that are looking forward to that. It's just at a point now that there is so much food. It's a lot of work. It is almost 10 o'clock at night now, and I'm just kind of getting this together so that it can process overnight to upload for you guys in the morning. And I just don't want to do it tonight. So if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope that you do so. I would really appreciate it. And check out the meals that we had this week. Breakfast today is going to use the last of my regular size banana, several of the softer plums, the last two of my strawberries. I did lose one strawberry. It was in bad shape with a little bit of mold on it. Yogurt. I might put a little bit of peanut butter in this one as well. I'm not sure. I did add the rest of the Skippy smooth peanut butter, all that was left of that, which wasn't much, and some spinach. Subs for lunch today. I just shaved the last of the salami. Yesterday I thawed out this package of cold cuts. It's Black Forest ham and turkey breast. So we'll get those started and we are going to bake them in the oven. Baked subs. So because the meat was frozen, there is liquid that accumulates in the package when it de-thaws. So I just take it out. I've got it resting on paper towel here. I'll pat it dry and then I will store it in an airtight container just to get it out of the liquid. We're going to add pickles, one of these hot peppers, cheese, tomatoes, and I'm going to use some of these dill peppers as well. We have tomatoes, pickles, pickled peppers, onions. I'm going to add cheese, and then I'm going to top it with a little bit of spinach. I didn't put the fresh hot peppers on. Lunch for me and the handsome one. Supper tonight is sausages. We have an event that we're going to, so it's just a really light and quick supper. We're going to slice these in half and put them in the hot dog buns that we have left over. And this is what they look like. This is a good way to have sausages that fit in the buns easy. This is homemade relish and ketchup on mine, even though I love onions. No onions tonight because we're going to an event. Breakfast today, peanut butter, protein balls, and plums. Leftover ham casserole for lunch today. Second weekend in a row, we have decided to make some Valentine's heart cookies. Heart cookies. I already ate 2. They're yummy. For supper tonight, I am making a taco dip or nacho dip. Some people call it one, some people call it the other. I am going to mix cream cheese and sour cream as a base. I'm going to cook the ground beef with taco seasoning, layer that on top, also layer on salsa, and then top everything with peppers and cheese. And I might also add some onions. I'm undecided on the onions. Anyways, I'm really looking forward to this. The handsome one's extremely looking forward to this. He told me he's very excited. So I've got the cream cheese and sour cream medley mixed together, adding on the salsa. We're gonna spread that out. I might need to add a little more. A little more down here in the corner. And I will add the meat mixture on top of this, and then I'll let it cool just a little bit. And then I'll add the cheese, and on top of the cheese, I'll add the peppers and the yellow and the hot peppers. Ground beef and cheese on, and now I'm going to just kind of sprinkle the peppers. I never cut any of the green peppers, just the hot peppers, and I might have to end up doing that. Graybeard's having a little fit because the neighbor is here, and he is just saying to us, red alert, danger, stranger danger. This turned out awesome. I'm excited. Taco dip or nacho dip, whatever you want to call it, for supper. This is what it looks like once you dip into it. Taco dip is actually really, really easy to make, and I don't know why I don't make it more frequently because we both love it. Lots of leftovers, definitely enough for another meal. Cold plates for lunch today. These look really good. Yeah, I was very conscientious about the presentation. I think these look really cute. For supper tonight, we are going to have barbecued chicken thighs. Woo! Very excited about this. We are going to have Brussels sprouts with our chicken tonight, and the handsome one made some potato salad to go with it as well. Potato salad. Normally, I would garnish potato salad with a little sprinkling of paprika on top. I don't have any, so I think I will sprinkle a little bit of parsley on just to look pretty. That looks much fancier. Barbecue chicken, potato salad, and Brussels sprouts with cheese. I've got a little bag of scraps and also 1 piece of chicken. I am going to boil these. Then I'll strip the chicken off of the bone and looking to make a small chicken soup. This is the broth that I got from boiling the bones and the 1 piece of chicken. I'm going to add in my veggies. I'm going to strip that chicken and add that back in, add some spices and cook soup. This is the wilty celery that I had last week. I did dehydrate it. I have procrastinated grinding it up, but it's on my mind right now because I want to use it in the chicken soup that I'm making, so I need to get out my little grinder. This is my little spice grinder. And from that celery, I was able to get this much ground celery, and the whole house smells of celery. So I'm going to add some of this into the soup. This is how much I ended up getting out of it, and certainly better use for that old celery, the best before celery, than going in the compost. I decided to add that little bit of squash that I had in the freezer. And there, you see that there. Oh, where is that squash? There. And I added in half of the broth pucks that I had. They were chicken broth. And I'll add in the actual chicken, and this will give us a couple days of soups, of lunches anyways. I decided, since I added the squash in, I added all of the tomatoes that I had left over from that can of diced tomatoes that I had previously opened. And I'm adding in rice, and this soup is going to be chicken and rice veggie soup. I'm excited about this, actually. Give a little bit of a different twist and flavor to some of the soups that I make. It's fun for variety. This smells so good. The whole house has been smelling of this for the last couple hours. I'm really excited. I haven't had this kind of soup, so variety, like a chicken rice vegetable, in a long time. So variety is always really good. I used up a few things out of the freezer, so used up the squash, used up some of the chicken broth pucks, because I am really hoping that I'm going to get a turkey either next week or maybe some markdowns after Easter has gone by, and that I'd be able to kind of restock on that broth. I actually ended up throwing some green beans in here, used up some of the dehydrated celery. Just really excited. Oh, and now that scrap bag has gone out of my freezer, so that's good. I'm just making space and making some delicious lunches. We are having the rest of the nacho dip for supper tonight. Yummy. I'm just heating up the soup, and it is, oh, smells so good. I am really looking forward to this today. Yummy soup for lunch, and it is nice and thick and hearty. Rice makes soup that way, I find. Gives it that little bit of a heartier feel. I added the leftover ham and some salsa to make a little casserole. Clementine, plum, and a protein ball for breakfast. Soup for lunch today, and I'm thinking that there's going to be enough soup left for 2 more days of lunches for two of us. That's pretty darn good for a soup that I made from some scraps, one chicken thigh, and just like some things that I cleared out of the freezer. I think that's pretty awesome. Tonight for supper, I am making a very quick pierogi casserole, which I have never made before. I started with the frozen pierogies. We are just defrosting them or thawing them a bit in the microwave before I throw this in the oven because I am impatient and I do not want to cook it from frozen to cooked because I'm hungry. I've mixed together salsa and cream cheese. Some of the recipes add grated cheese. Some of the recipes I've mixed together sour cream and salsa for a sauce. Some recipes I look up say add cream cheese, some say add milk to make it more of a sauce, but they don't include salsa. Some add grated cheese, some add spices, some add mushroom soup. So we're just going to try this. My sister has made it this way before and liked it. I just stirred everything together. I added a little extra salsa. I added some parsley. I'm going to get this in the oven. If I had green onions, I'd add them. If I wasn't hoarding the last bits of my cheese, I would have added some grated cheese, but I'm too stingy to put it in here tonight. If I had more garlic or celery or anything else that seems like it might be good in a casserole like this, I would throw this in, but tonight, this is it. This is looking pretty delicious. I am going to give this a try. Okay, gonna give this a try. Looking really, really good. I'm gonna put salt and pepper. First, my favorite meal. That was probably the nacho dip, taco dip. Some people call it one, some people call it the other. We haven't had that in a really, really long time. And every single time I make it, I say, I don't know why we don't make this more often. It's really, really easy to make, and we both really like it a lot. So that was number one. And number two, I'm going to have to say It's a tie. I really was really loving the soup this week. I enjoy having soup for my lunches, and we haven't had soup for the last couple weeks. So it was really nice to get back to that. But on top of that, it was a really, really good soup, variety from the kind of soups that I normally make. So it was a vegetable chicken rice, really hearty and really good. And good news is we still have some left over to have for more meals. I also really liked the cold plates, the potato salad, which we still have some of that left as well. The potato salad with the little rolled cold cuts, I really enjoyed that a lot. I thought that was a fun and different lunch. And I also, of course, really liked the barbecued chicken with the Brussels sprouts. Now, okay meal. I liked it better than what I thought I was going to like it. We did a couple really quick meals this week, and I was digging through the fridge and thinking, what do I have that needs to get eaten? Because sometimes you just have to do that. You need to look at what you've opened. You have used some for a recipe. You have some left. You put it in the fridge, and you need to use it up before you lose it. But maybe you can't think of a great way to use it, so you just use it and eat it, and it's a filling meal, but it may not be your most favorite meal. And that was the little casserole that I made with the leftover ham. So last week I had made a ham casserole, and it was actually really good. And we had some quick meals this week, and this was one of them. I made it craft dinner, and I put the rest of that ham in there, and I added some salsa in, and I'll be honest, it actually turned out a bit better than what I was expecting. The handsome one was a no. Nope. That was a big old no for him, but he doesn't really like craft dinner in the first place. So that was one of the ones I say mediocre. And then the pierogi casserole. I'm not big on pierogies anyway, so I thought I would try this casserole. And I will say I found it incredibly heavy, very heavy meal on my belly. Um, I looked at a bunch of recipes and I just did something again, really simple. This has been a really busy week for us with some late nights and still full days of work. So sometimes those easy ones are really nice. So I did the simple one that my sister had done, and she just mixed sour cream with salsa. It was spicy, which I liked that. Had a little bit of a bite to it. But some of the ones that I looked up online used things like chicken broth and things that might have been a little bit lighter than the sour cream added on to the potatoes. So I wouldn't make it that way again. It was, it tasted okay. It was just incredibly heavy, very filling. We actually have half of that left. And there's a little bit left of the craft dinner and ham casserole. And there is potato salad left. And there is cold cuts left. And there is soup left. So we're going to have to eat up some of that stuff next week. Some of it I'm really looking forward to, and some, meh, we'll eat it. We'll get it gone. I might try to repurpose it into something else again. We'll see. Thanks, you guys, for tuning in, and I hope you have a great weekend.